Whenever you come across this tarot reading, this is a tarot reading for you versus them. All right. And I will say this tarot reading is making it a little bit harder because you both have shared feelings here. Now, when I pulled on both of your energy, you cannot make this up. The thinking man and the thinking woman. You both are thinking, okay? You and someone else at this moment are both in your head. Now, I will say Jesus is here, healer of the ages. So we have the Jesus Yeshua card. So it can be that Jesus is overseeing this connection. Jesus can be a spirit guide for you, for someone else as well. Or that this connection is just meeting in the heart here. Now, I will say we have the twin flame card. I grabbed some cards for you versus them. For you, you have twin flames, so shared feelings, reflection of soul. And on the bottom of the deck is reflection here. So I will say it is you versus them, but perhaps you're even coming across or clicking on this tarot reading for you versus them because it seems like the overall perspective is you both have very mirrored feelings. So it is you versus them. However, there's a lot of similar feelings that you both share. Now, as far as them, it does say foundation, established family and security, and then perspective, better off, happiness, and a clear headspace. So as far as they feel like, whoa, the foundation is secured. You know, for some of you, the bag is secure, the foundation is secure, that person's better off. But that's also how you feel about them, because we have twin flames here, reflection of soul, shared feelings. So you both feel like you're both better off. Let's dive deeper into this reading to get a little bit more of what are you feeling, what are they feeling. Now, just a reminder, you could be any zodiac sign. The reading is general and timeless, so just take what resonates with you. And if you would like a personal tarot reading, a private session with me, or to download our Akashic Records mini course or join the upcoming Law of Octave initiation, check out the box below for the website 144bluerosetemple.com or join the Patreon. We have coffee date here and then triggers. Now, for some of you, it could resonate as your twin flame. We do have Yeshua, Jesus here. This could also just be someone that they are sharing your same exact feelings. Now, what do we have for you versus them here? Why do we have twin flames for the collective's energy? What is the collective's energy towards this person? Why twin flames for the collective's energy towards this person? There's a past life here. You have a past life with this person. Now, you're devoted to this person because of the past life that you had with them. Devoted, attached, crave. And not necessarily, devoted because of the past life here. You have a sense of devotion without realizing it because of the past life. And that's more of what this reading is trying to say. All right. And for those of you who don't resonate with past lives, just don't take it in. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for the next person. And if you're looking to explore your past lives, download the Akashic Records mini course. Now, why do we have here past lives, twin flames, only you, for how the collective feels about this person? Why past life for how the collective feels? There's past life forgiveness that needs to be had here. All right, where something happened in a past life, but there's past life forgiveness here. Now, I will say there's a part of you that feels devoted to this person no matter what kind of thing. And it can be the soul connection, the connection from a past life. Why do we have past life, twin flames, and only you for how the collective feels about this person? Now, we do have the arts here as well. So the arts can resonate with you. You can also be an artist or even a musician. What do we have here for how the collective feels about this person? Why do we have past life, twin flames, only you? Now, we do also have Egypt here, and then unrequited love. So for it to be Egypt as well. Now, for some of you, I'm hearing right away, it's more than one lifetime. And we do have unrequited love and forgiveness. So your soul has experienced a lot with this person in another lifetime, or multiple lifetimes for some of you. But that's why there seems to be this because we have forgiveness here and then devoted. But it could also be a kind of thing where like it doesn't make sense in this lifetime. And that's when past lives would kind of come in, you know, where it's like, okay, beyond the logic, what are the past lives or the soul contracts here? Because I will say, it does say fuming with rage here, very angry. In a past life, were you very upset? Because we do have forgiveness here as well. Now, what do we have for this person, for how they feel about the collective? For you versus them. Why foundation and better off for you versus them? For how they feel about the collective. Why this person feels like you're their mirror too. You have mirrors all over. It's like you're my mirror, staring right back at me. You know that song by Justin Timberlake? It's like you're my mirror, standing right back at me. Or staring right back at me, I mean. Whoa. That's like what this reading is. Justin Timberlake, Mirrors. And what does it say, though, in the song? There's something about the lyrics for Mirrors by Justin Timberlake. Go look at the lyrics. Now, I will say, though, this person, you guys are in separation, or maybe not even speaking. It says avoiding, blocking, pushing away, but this person feels like you both are better off after meeting one another. Look at that. In the future, after meeting one another, you guys are both better off. It says foresight, direction moving forward. Yeah, but you and this person, I will say, both recognize that this is a mirrored connection. It's not, and you know, you guys are both thinking the same thing. We have thinking man, the thinking woman, but non-gender specific, it could be the same gender. Thinking man, the thinking woman. You guys are both thinking a lot. It's also the kind of thing where you both know there's something there. And you know how like sometimes people say of like, oh, there's something there. Not in that sense. Not in that sense at all. You both know that there's like some say sort of past life or soul contract there kind of thing. Where both of you know that you both are better off after all of it happened, after meeting each other, but it wasn't great, is like what's coming through in this reading. Now, why do we have the thinking man, the thinking woman, and Jesus? Why do we have the thinking man, the thinking woman, and Jesus? Well, these are my confessions, where we have secrets and then confessions here. What this almost feels like is one big secret. It feels like one big secret where nothing is being said, but everything is like absolutely understood. And I have chills as I say that. I'll see what the last card is here. Do have emotions. It's a male and a female. So it can be like opposite gender dynamic. It could be same gender, kind of like the opposite energy. But I will say with secrets and confessions, but here's the thing, you have Jesus here. Why is Jesus in this reading? Why is Jesus in this reading? You have a white rose here, avoiding, blocking, pushing, hiding away, avoiding, blocking, pushing, hiding away here. Ultimately, it's the higher reflection. That's what it is, the white rose, peace. Peace, harmony, and friendship here. Oh, that's what I was going to say. You know how sometimes like, oh, there's something there. There's definitely, it's the kind of thing where you both know that this is a very catalytic connection, a very strong connection. For Jesus, for the card Jesus, why do we have avoiding, blocking, pushing away, and then peace? You're avoiding the truth, period. We have ecstasy here, good time, excitement. Yeah, where I will say, though, it's soulmates, deep love, unity, connection. Now, I will say, it does say friendship here. But it just feels like you both know that it's very deep. But we do have friendship. and then soulmates here. So again, this can be someone that you're just mirroring. It can be a romantic connection. I will say I'm seeing more of not necessarily, it said unrequited love, so never mind. It could be any kind of connection, but this is for sure a soulmate. But it feels like the reason why Jesus is there, yeah, you're in your mind. It says decisions. Both of you guys are in your mind. And it can be simply of you're trying to apply too much logic to something that doesn't need logic. For this Jesus card, why do we have decisions? Why do we have decisions? What Spirit's saying here, and then in the present. So it says today. Okay, so maybe for some of you, today it's going to work out. It says time, but then with time, we have today here. So it can be that it's going to work out. We do have working out, begging, negotiating here. Let's dive deeper into this reading. All right, you versus them. But I will say you both are on the same page here. You're both thinking the same thing. For you versus them, what is the overall energy for you versus them? Why do we have twin flames, foundation, better off for you versus them? You have Seven of Wands. It almost wanted to go upside down, but we have Seven of Wands sideways. Why the Seven of Wands? For the overall energy of you versus them, twin flames, foundation, better off. 777. You can be seeing the number 777. Feel free to put it in the comments below. The number 777. Why do we have Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups for twin flames, foundation, better off? It ends up working out by the end of this. Why Seven of Wands? Why is there protection overall? Because, no, this connection's protected. Spirit's going to protect you both from yourselves. Where this connection is protected, you both are protected too. And you both are protected, say, even from the ego or the fears of the other person, the triggers of the other person. That's also what's coming through here. You guys have a mirroring connection, but you also can't use your triggers against the person. You're protected. Here, Temperance card and the Two of Cups, though, where this is, neither of you are actually allowed to blame the other one. And not that you're not allowed to. You can do whatever you want, free will. But if either of you were to blame the other one, you would both be wrong. This is a true either twin flame or, again, it doesn't have to be a twin flame romantic connection. This could be simply a mirroring soul contract. For the fact that candle went out as this download was coming through, I'm going to have to say it. Twin flame is a Western concept. Eastern concepts also accept twin flame, but Eastern, here's the thing, in Western New Age spirituality, I have only one twin flame and that's it. I will say in ancient, even systems of today that still exist, they believe that you could have mirrored contracts, but say even friends, where that one friend comes into your life and they're an exact mirror, that it's like your twin flame. And so it's a new age ideology of I have one twin flame. I will say ancient cultures don't always believe that, because I'm not going to name the one that I'm thinking of right now, but I do know of one that you can have multiple twin flame-like contracts. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be with romance. These are people who come in like a twin flame that you both are meant to trigger one another, because you're not meant to point the finger. It's a strong soul contract of healing. So just to give that perspective too, where, I'm reading here in the USA, and Western spirituality, including New Age, we see twin flame as like that one twin flame, but understanding other cultures don't read twin flame in the same way. So for some of you, it felt like I had to say that because the candle went out as I said that. And it felt like it was like a confirmation of like, this could also be a friend of yours. Where, yeah, again, it's more of us that see twin flame in that sense. And I just felt like mentioning that. Nine of Cups here. 10 of Coins. There you go. Wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups here. So ultimately, you both are, it does say better off in foundation. The contract in this reading is that you both are meant to lead each other to greater wealth, to higher. Okay, and that's what these type of twin flame contracts, again, including the twin flames that are not a romantic partner, those friends, the people you come across that are exact mirrors of you. The whole point is not to attack one another. You both can't attack one another. It's almost like a forceful healing contract where, hey, you better go within because you cannot go without. All right, so for you versus them, what do we have for you here? Why do we have twin flames and only you for you versus them? Why twin flames and only you for you versus them? There we go, the Lover's card. A lot of Gemini energy here. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The Queen of Swords here, and then the Two of Swords. Now, why the Two of Swords here for you versus them? So I do see a blocking off, but it was actually interesting here. The reason why you both were separated from one another is because you kept attacking the other person. So even for you, spiritual bestie, if you're going out and saying, oh, I can't stand when that person does that, you do the same thing. It's that kind of thing in this reading where I will say you both were separated, but you guys were actually separated because you kept hurting one another. You kept blaming the other person. Oh, that person is this. That person is dark. That person is... Actually, what I see here in this soul contract is you both lead each other to peace. Temperance card. Like, this is the truth behind the connection. But you guys are going to be separate from one another until you can hold accountability. You can't blame the mirror is what I'm seeing in this reading. Why the Eight of Swords and the Temperance card for you versus them? Twin flames, only you. So we do have the Empress card here. Feminine energy, or can be Libra as well. And then we have the Knight of Wands over here. And then the Wheel of Fortune. Why does the Wheel of Fortune come here for you versus them? What I see here is a connection. And again, this can be romantic, but it doesn't have to be romantic. Because twin flame connections aren't always romantic. Six of Coins, the Five of Coins. If you blame the mirror, you can get karma. If they blame the mirror, they can get karma. Monkeys can resonate with you. Hanuman. Like, are you familiar with Hanuman? I don't know. I'm seeing Hanuman in my mind's eye. Or just monkeys in general can resonate with you. But what I'm seeing is, yeah, this is actually protection, which is interesting. I started off with protection in this reading. What's the overall energy between you and them? I will say you guys are actually higher level soulmates, but there's also the spiritual protection for both of you. What I'm seeing here is blocked third eyes, emotions that come up. Six of Coins and then the Five of Coins over here. Now, again, in twin flame connections, though, again, for this reading, just take it as a mirroring soul contract. It can resonate with twin flame. It may not. As, you may know of twin flame. You and this person, you can only love one another. And God makes it that way, where both you and this person can get karma. And I will say this is a very powerful soul contract. It's both of you. Spiritual bestie, I love you, but it's both of you. Where if either of you does something to the other, instant karma. Instantly. If, the third eye is blocked and, you're trying to attack the mirror. So what's the advice for the collective? For you versus them, what's the advice for the collective? For twin flames and only you? What is the advice for the collective? For twin flames, you are protected by being away from this person. There's too many illusions. Oh, look at that foundation behind it. For some of you, you guys couldn't see one another. I mean, like, period. That's what it's saying. You couldn't see one another. And so you were separated from one another. Also to allow things to kind of get done. Now, I will say this too, because your connection is so strong, it feels like both of you, like you can get karma here. King of Coins in reverse, the Hermit card. Also Virgo. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I wonder, do you have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn? When it comes to your energy here, King of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit card, 3 of Coins, 7 of Wands. What I'm seeing is you're protected from them. It's vice versa though, again, but in this reading, you're protected from them. You have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that kept coming for your neck. Okay, this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn kept coming at you, throwing the mirror reflection at you to the point that your work and yourself ended up becoming protected. 7 of Wands here. This could be the kind of thing where they started, to come for you a little bit. We have the Hermit card here, which is spiritual enlightenment. It's introspection. It's solitude. So you were snatched from this person. And part of it was actually to protect your work. We have the 3 of Pentacles here. And then the 7 of Wands. For the advice here, for the outcome, why the 3 of Coins and the 7 of Wands? Why the 3 of Coins and the 7 of Wands? Now, for some of you, there could have been a third party involved. Like, say they involved someone else, which is why, they did. Flying monkeys. Got it. For some of you, did they have flying monkeys? Because I will say at some point they're showing up as a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in reverse. Or someone who's like very wealthy in reverse. They misused that. That's why. Where that's the part where Spirit's saying like, okay, that's not cool. It's interesting here. You both, and that's why Spirit keeps you both apart. You both keep throwing rocks. Okay, you both keep throwing rocks. He who threw the first stone, but I will say in this situation, in this soul contract, whoever throws the first stone is who kind of like gets the karma, but again, if you can't figure out this soul contract, Spirit, what I do see here is going to protect you both by not allowing you to throw stones at one another. Like that's what this reading looks like. And I will say, I'm sorry for some of you, they got some flying monkeys on you and you ended up becoming protected. 3 of Cups and the Page of Wands. This is the energy of someone getting someone to do their dirty work for them. And that part is not cool. All right, let's go to them because that was you. Now for the collective on them. What do we have for them? Where's the foundation card? Did I put it away? It's right here. For you versus them. Now this is going to be them. What do we have for their perspective? What's your reading for them? For the cross watcher, what do we have for the cross watcher on the collective? What do we have for the cross watcher? Confirmation, you might be dealing with the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn because we have the Queen of Pentacles right away. What do we have for the cross watcher on the collective? Why do we have the Queen of Coins for foundation, better off? What do we have for the cross watcher on the collective? Why the Queen of Coins and the Star card? Now, I will say collective, spiritual bestie, it's actually showing that they are in illusion still. You are not. You've broken free. This Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy is still confused. So that's why this reading is, as far as them, they're better off, but you're better off too. Where for some of you, Spirit actually, you guys have a past life with one another, but you guys need to stop. Like this reading, I almost feel like a divine mother speaking to children. You guys need to stop, okay? Children of God, these children of God need to stop. Where Spirit had to separate you to not hurt one another almost here. 333 can resonate with you. There's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here that is still an illusion. And it's the kind of thing where they're not holding themselves accountable. This soul contract is for both of you to hold yourselves accountable. But there is someone that's like, oh, I can't stand that person. That person's always trying to get at me, blah, blah, blah. But that's not what's happening here. And so you both are being separated because, again, I feel like a divine mother in this reading of like, okay, God's children, we got multiple past lives. Okay, and Jesus is here. So there's multiple past lives of this stuff, this rodeo, not more than one. More than once, So let's not make this mistake, rather, more than once. There is forgiveness from another lifetime. Come on, let's do it in this lifetime. But again, if there's no forgiveness, if both of you continue to kind of like look at each other in that same way, again, like it can bring karma. And so you guys are being separated because, and I will say it's seeming like the cross watcher is not wanting to shift their perspective. They're showing up as a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or an Aquarius. So I will say the cards are carding here. On your end, it shows the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the Queen or King of Coins is an illusion. And it's showing it on their end too, where they're appearing reverse for you, and their end, it's upright, but by the end of this, we see illusion. Why the Seven of Cups for the cross watcher on foundation better off? Wow. This Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn needs to leave you alone. They're coming after your work, your money, your this, your that. And every lifetime it ends, okay? Where the cards are carding here. And I will say, spiritual bestie, it is proving you're right, spiritual bestie. But this reading also holds you accountable, spiritual bestie. So it is saying to be very mindful of your reactions, your triggers, where that person's not the bad guy. You guys are twin flamey, even if it's not a romantic connection. And even if you don't believe in twin flame, you guys are twin flamey, all right? Where this person's an illusion about your work. Like they're just attacking a brick wall, and spirit's removing you from this person's life. The Hermit card and then the Three of Coins here. You are actually better off your foundation without this person. Because this person was attacking your foundation, your money, your wealth. The Hermit card, the Three of Coins. Now, why do we have the Hermit card and the Three of Coins to clarify the Seven of Cups for them? Who is this Queen of Wands here for them? Who is this? All right, you just got to get away from this person. That's it. Like maybe it would be nice to have forgiveness. And sometimes the closure is on your end. Sometimes the closure is, hey, there is no closure in this connection. I will say, spiritual bestie that's watching me here today, your closure is that this person thinks you're a bitch. And that's your closure. This person thinks you're the bad guy, and they're not going to think otherwise. And I will say, even Jesus, this person is going to need Jesus to come down from the sky in some white robes to believe it, even if it comes from Jesus himself. This person thinks that you're, again, non-gender specific. This person feels like you are kind of a bitch. This person doesn't like your fire because you're showing up as fiery, and we do have fired up here. But this person, they don't like that you're strong. Your energy is very strong, and at the end of the day, this person doesn't like that you're a strong man or woman or person. You're someone that knows what you want, what you don't want, how you want something, how you don't want something. And while some other people may find that an admirable trait, I will say this person doesn't like that about you. And I'm going to be honest in this reading, spiritual bestie, that I don't see that this person is going to like you. You're not for them. Okay, For You page, you are not showing up on their For You page. And at the end of the day, this is something deep within this person, right? Because look at what's on the bottom of the deck, the Strength card. So ultimately, go within where there's a part of them that's also like this. That's not what they're owning. There's a part of them that's like that too. But they don't want to own that. And what I'm seeing is there's actually spiritual protection for you and this person from the karma. Because it's almost like karma is heightened, like enhanced with you and this person. You guys are both, this is a higher level soul contract. It comes quick, and I see why now. This person doesn't see the mirror connection yet. And it's not your job to prove it to them. This person's like, oh my gosh, that person's such a bitch. That person's always trying to this. They're trying to that. They're trying to one-up me. They're trying to, man, you are too, ma'am, sir, they. You are too. 5 of Swords and the Devil. The reason why you feel that way is because this person showed up in your life and acts just like you. You do too. Why the Ace of Cups here for this Queen of Wands for them? Yeah, I would say just stay away from this person. Where, this is your twin flame, but I would say this is pretty accurate. Spirit's keeping you away because you don't know how this person feels about you. Confirmation, this is how it's supposed to be. The Temperance card, this contract between you and this person. It's supposed to be peaceful. But oftentimes people don't want to point within their own selves of where, they're not keeping the peace. This person feels like you do not love, which is crazy. Crazy. And that's actually why Spirit's spiritually protecting you from this person. They're so wrong about you because of the mirror reflection where it's just like, okay. Spirit's not going to let this person touch you. I will say it does look like another rodeo of unrequited love. Now, how does the collective feel about this person? How does the collective feel about this person? You're being protected because, High Priestess, this person doesn't see you. You could see. Your third eye's open, High Priestess over here. This person does not see you. You are just love, and this person is full of shit. If this person feels like you don't love them, the way this reading feels is like, well, and I've been saying it maybe in some of the readings, there's a Drake lyric that says, I cannot convince you that I love you for a living. It's getting to that point where it's just like, no, God, God's going to take this person from you. And I will say, like, not even the energy of taking this person from you. God's doing you a favor. You love this person. And if it's to the point where this person's like, yeah, that person's my devil card. That person, they're not full of love. I'm pretty sure this person loves you in this terror, like spiritual bestie. This person can kick rocks, okay? Twin flame mirror connection, and guess what? Look in the mirror and kick some rocks, okay? That's what this reading is saying. Or it's just ridiculous. That's what I'm seeing here. You love this person so much. And this person doesn't. This person is stuck in illusion. And this person feels like you've got it out for them. Like, you've got it kind of out to get them. You're anti them. While you love them. Like, and that's why you're being spiritually protected, where it's just like, how could you get it so wrong? This person literally thinks you're like their devil card, and you love them and celebrate them. It's like, okay, cool. See you later. In this reading where just look at that 10 of coins, 9 of wands, keep going, baby, over here, because you're on a track to success. And this person is so wrong about you that, like, they might attack you. And so that's why you're spiritually protected. They're wrong. And on your end, the advice would be let them look in the mirror until they start doing whatever they want to do to the mirror of themselves. But I will say in this reading, they think that you're a bitch. Meanwhile, though, think so on the cross watcher end, right? Or rather giving the mirror reflection back to the cross watcher. Why would you expect someone who loves you to deal with that bullshit? So someone who truly loves this person, which is you, collective, and this person's just like, they're my devil card, they're not full of love. Well, now I gotta act like the devil card because that's not okay. Where, again, it's not even a you versus them. It's all of you versus yourselves. And that's what this reading is. And you're being protected from them at this point. Okay, you got good things coming in. So what's coming in for the collective? For you versus them, what's coming in for the collective? Your foundation, because look, we have foundation, the Chariot card. Your foundation is being prepped and protected for the long run. Okay, Page of Coins, Knight of Swords over here, the Emperor. You have a big blessing. You got good karma that's coming in really quickly. Okay, and it does feel like you've maybe released this person. There's been some boundaries that are set, and you got some good things coming in when it comes to your money, wealth, and your success. And what's coming in when it comes to them? What's coming in when it comes to them? It looks like they're getting justice too. It does say better off over here. When something's just incompatible, it's just incompatible. And that's what this is. You guys do not see eye to eye. And I will say God sees it. But it's a little bit of protection because I'm thinking of time, and I will say it's been lifetimes, but I don't know when either. And I will say on your end, though, you see them. So it's not you, it's them. It really isn't you. But I don't know when they are going to awaken to the connection with you. But I also like this tarot reading because it doesn't necessarily mean that, just because in YouTube Tarot, I've been on YouTube Tarot for 6 years now. And what I observe is that whenever there's a breakup or walking away, they need to get their karma. Can maybe just sometimes it doesn't work out? Why does it always have to be like that? Maybe it just didn't work out. And maybe sometimes you could just break through, right? You could walk away from one another with clean hands. Why do hands always have to be dirty? And that's just something that I would like to maybe publicly note of YouTube Tarot. Why are people always seeking karma for the person that they walk away from or walked away from them? Why can't people just walk away from one another? Because what I do see on their end too is their life is going to be good. Your life is going to be good. Sometimes we just have to admit that it's just incompatible and that's okay. But it also doesn't always mean that some big form of karma is coming. I think it's very spiritually immature, where it doesn't have to do with age, to think that, oh my God, it didn't work out and now I don't have a friend or a lover and now they're going to get karma or, you're going to get karma. No. How about let's just the spiritual mature thing of, wow, this was such great reflections and learning. We're both moving on to higher. And that's it. And I just had to kind of say that here because what I do see is both of your lives, and they are right where they're like, okay, foundation, better off, where both of you are just better off. Both of you are better off in time. What's the overall advice for twin flames, only you, better off foundation? And why the King of Wands here? For some of you, you just need to hear the confirmation that there was someone else involved or other people involved. And I did remember the word flying monkeys that came through. I saw monkeys in my mind's eye. There were other people involved in this, which is also why it kind of turned into spirit starting to protect you. This person was so wrong about you, and they got multiple people involved here, okay? Ultimately, overall, you both learn your lessons and you're both moving forward here, okay? That's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. Feel free to subscribe if you're not subscribed quite yet, and feel free to go check out the Law of Octave Initiation. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings to your day.